major setback, who doesn't want to win a gold medal in your one Olympic shot? You know, this was this is something people work their whole lives for. And I know a lot of our students are dedicated to sports, and it could be so incredibly heartbreaking when you miss that goal, when you feel responsible for your teams not winning. You know, there are a lot of emotional setbacks that come with trying to be successful and reach excellence, but there is always going to be somebody else that can help you, for sure. Just like his dad ran down there. Yeah, I could cry. Yeah, it's a very, very moving video. And I honestly think if I had just showed that video and not done the lesson, people would have gotten it, because that's how good that clip is.
Absolutely. And I think you mentioned it earlier, we are all very unique and beautiful in our own way. We have different approaches to different situations. And by that, I mean, you had a video, part of your video, talk about how to tackle the challenges and whatnot to be successful, to show excellence. And I think that's a very important thing, that look, your solutions are not always going to be the same as other solutions, but also be open-minded to trying new things to help you out too. I think sometimes you're like, you know, that's not going to work for me. Yeah, I mean, teachers do the same thing. We like try to, you know, provide you instruction in a certain way, and then like we're so used to and we're comfortable with it. Oh, this is what fits me only. But we got to be open to try brand new things. That's the human civilization. We've come this far because we've tried new things and become creative. That's how a lot of technology, for example, has evolved. So I think it's very important to really self-examine, like look at yourself and be like, okay, what am I open to? What can I try to make sure I can actually get to the level of excellence I want?
Totally. I think if they're, you know, for sports is such a great metaphor, you know, an avenue for how people want to achieve excellence, because they know that they have to continuously practice and have setbacks and get injured and wanting to keep trying. I think, you know, if I really wanted to take up boxing, I thought that boxing was super cool. I'd look at it and think like, these people look so strong, but I'm too afraid. And you know, if I'm too afraid to even try, then I will never become an excellent boxer. It just won't even happen. The process is over before it even began. So I think openness is the number one thing that gets you on the path to excellence. But then that openness or that willingness to fail is really important. I'm going to get punched in the face in other places if I'm going to go up and try to, you know, and to be a boxer. So that willingness to fail and to fall and to learn from the mistakes and to learn how to duck, know how to be on the offense. You have to want to continue these goals and have this resiliency in order to be excellent. Even if it's just your first win, even if you lose, you're just continuously motivated by wanting to do better for yourself. And so I hope that our students don't let fear hold them back. Don't let the fear of failure hold them back, because failure, mistakes, they're all part of the process to excellence. Just because you have a mistake doesn't guarantee that you won't meet your goal. Mm-hmm. And I think that's how people get stopped. They're like, I made a mistake, or I failed. I'm done. I probably should just give up. Wait, no, you're so close. Keep going.
Yeah, and I think that's part of our plan of attack, if you will. Like, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind when you spoke was like, okay, to analyze and assess. Just look at things, everything. Just simply look at them, just to analyze them. And then after you've looked at everything, okay, I've made some predictions. I know this. I don't know that. Okay, that's a KWL chart right there. And then to assess, like, okay, I know what I'm capable of. These are the things I need, my tools and resources, when, how, where, and then actually come up with a plan. Okay, see, I think I've been able to do this in like a week. I think I'll be able to do this in 2 weeks. I think I'll be able to do this in a month. And then like a year. Just plan out as much as you can. And then try to execute on that plan. Okay, and if the plan doesn't work out, it seems to just go downhill. Like, that's what I'm talking about with the open-mindedness again. Like, you know, we should have other options. We should be open to other options if it's going to be a better decision for us. So in the realm of those like that's those steps I just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
For example, it's making me think of like all the camping trips I had this summer. I didn't just like, it's cool to go out, to them randomly, and I can think up in the spot and be spontaneous. So some of us are able to do that because we've been able to experience and use our knowledge and whatnot for that. But there's others that prefer to actually have a plan of attack and have all my materials I need, my schedule for the week. On Monday, I'm going to do this. I need to make sure I have my hiking boots. It's going to be hot, so I need to bring a lot more water than I originally thought. I'm going to keep my backpack really light. I'm going to wear lighter clothes and probably lighter colors since we're going to be in the sun. Yeah, so those are the type of things we think about and we jot down, and then we just execute on the plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're having previous experience makes you braver. That's why you're so afraid when you start something new. It's because when you start getting more comfortable with it, it's only because you've tried it a number of times so that you can, know in what direction to go, keep learning, keep getting better. A lot of our students, we did the OWL ticket challenge, and first of all, we had 160 students again fill this out, but this is the number one most filled out OWL ticket challenge. 130 students had said that they know someone in their life who would they describe as excellent. And overwhelmingly, people had said their parents, because their parents had worked hard, never gave up, continue to go to work, wake up early. I think that it says a lot about our community when so many of our students choose their family as an example of excellence, which just, it's very moving, and I can't wait to share those results with people.
Yeah, and I think that's a very great way to conclude our discussion too. Like I was actually gonna say, I kind of talked smack about my mom earlier, but she's my hero because she was able to understand herself in those types of mistakes and make the change necessary for her to be a better person, a better mother, a better wife, all of that. So just the change I've seen in my mom as her son and just as a human being was awesome. And then recently, obviously, we lost a big athlete, a big figure in American sports in competition in Kobe Bryant. And I think a lot of us in my generation really looked up to him because his bar for excellence was way up there. And he didn't settle at all. I mean, if you look at his daily routine, if you look at his work ethic, how much time and effort he spent, like the first one into the gym, the last one out. I know I kind of mentioned this last year if you guys were watching the previous episodes, so shout out to those who did see it. But I mean, setting a high bar for himself was very evident, and he was not going to let any obstacle, take over him. He was going to defeat everything that came in front of him. And I mean, look at his career, and then look at him as a person. Like after his career in retirement, like, winning awards outside of sports, like doing film, doing books, like trying to be a better husband and a wife too. He learned from his mistakes and tried to correct them and be better. He became an advocate for women and women's sports in particular. So you evidently saw the changes he made to correct himself and be a better person.
Yeah, I think that Kobe is a great example of excellence because you're right, like his example lives on. There are a lot of people that want to achieve excellence for fame, for helping people, for being the best at this and that. But when you're so much greater, and we don't know how many of our students could be the next Kobe Bryant, Serena Williams, the next world chess champion. It's about, putting in that work and seeing where it leads, and to not give up so soon. Because what if Kobe stopped playing high school or, basketball in middle school? Would he be where he is right now? Well, where he achieved in his career. So I really want to have our students continue to have their dreams of reaching excellence in whatever they would want, because if they stop, they won't know where they could have gone.
Yeah, and having those examples is so important. Like finding someone that is probably the best example, the best version that you could be, and like not only is it, you can see it in themselves being genuinely happy, but they're also genuinely making others happy.